Hey guys, I bought a 1983 FJ40 Land Cruiser. It's a South American model, came from Colombia, does not have a heater, does not have an air conditioner, and I bought a vintage air unit so I could have a heater and an air conditioner. The vintage air unit assumes that you had a heater in your car to start with, so a couple little problems and hiccups along the way. One of them being I don't have the heater control valve. The heater control valve helps you, or it lets the hot antifreeze flow through the heater and it can blow hot air at you. I don't have one. So I had to get all the parts I needed, including the on-off valve, including the little stubby pipe that goes into the engine, and I had to modify my radiator a little bit. So a lot of those pieces of times are coming. What I'm going to show you today is how I actually, and this is kind of the tall pole in the whole process, which would be the pull that has to go in and out. Have to do that first before I can do anything else. So, before I can proceed any farther. So, with the rest of the fluid exchange stuff that has to happen. So, anyway, enjoy the next couple minutes. I'm taking this Space Commander thing off. That's just a number of bolts. And this is going to have to go all the way through. I don't have a... So I got this here. It's pretty awesome. Took a little while to get, but hopefully it's worth the wait. We'll slide the nut off. Slide that nut back through. And I gotta put it through a hole. Looks like I gotta drill a hole. So let's take a look where we're gonna drill. See if that makes sense. Got a lot of stuff going on there. So I gotta drill a hole. Anyway, I'll be back in a second. All right, I drilled a hole. I'm gonna show it to you here. Hopefully you can see that. It's a little lower. And I was hoping it was gonna come straight out, but you can see there's a big angle. So that's really not gonna work. So luckily it looks like this is long enough. And like this. Got this grommet. I picked up this really great old grommet. It's supposed to be an OEM grommet. So let's see if we can get that to fit in there. We'll thread one through the other. Come right back. All right, I ended up cutting a hole and I cut it too big. So I'm gonna have to use a different grommet, which will be this grommet here. Looks very similar. We'll still do the same job. Anyway, I put the grommet in and then I realized I couldn't see the hole through all the clutter. So I pulled the grommet out and that would be what I'm doing. And then I put that flashlight up there, mostly so I could find the hole from the other side. So I pushed that all the way through. Gonna put this on, be right back. And there we go, grommet installed. Again, we'll be right back because the next point, what we're gonna have to do is attach that to this guy right here. So we're going to attach that to this guy. I have to mount that onto the wall. Then we're going to hook it up right there. So when I pull, let's go back to, so when I pull, that'll go up and down, just like that. Just like that. All right, be right back. All right, I've screwed that back in. That wasn't very exciting stuff. That wasn't very hard, so I didn't film it. But you can see that this is in, and this is exciting stuff. See, I can give it a pull, I can give it a push. And on the back side, there that is. Next thing I'm gonna do is mount up the heater control valve, and then we'll figure out where to place that. All right, the heater control valve is right here. And what we're gonna do is thread the cable from here to here, and that little hook is gonna go right there. So let's do that real quick. All right, you see, I had to make sure that the cable was pulled all the way out before I could tighten that up. But there it is. I'm gonna come back in a second, it'll be tight. All right, I tightened that back up, so I can now figure out where to put it onto onto the firewall here. I gotta, yay, drill more holes. So, all right, I'll get a Sharpie out. I'm gonna mark a couple spots and then we'll come back. All right, I got a couple rib nuts in. Let's screw this guy back in. Again, we'll do that off video. All righty, look at that. Looks like it's in. And we're gonna push and pull that thing and see what happens. Let's see if I can get this phone. Oh, look at that. Just sitting there perfectly. All right, let's watch it and see what happens when I push and pull. That is all the way pushed in. Oh, look at that. That's all the way pulled out. Overall, this took me about an hour, maybe 90 minutes to install this, including the heater control valve. So really a pretty simple thing to do. I did buy a little rib nut tool, cost me like $8. Pros and cons on that, it's specifically for 10 millimeter bolts, so I can do all the 10 millimeter rib nuts I want. But you know, it was a cheap little tool that worked super great. Otherwise, feel free, buy this pole. Check on the lead times of it. It works great, it looks great, it matches all my other OEM things. FYI, those 3 heater air conditioning things are things I've been making myself, so it's not exactly OEM. If I find OEM ones, I might replace them.